Self-discipline is like that one friend who always says no to the extra slice of pizza, while you're over there already reaching for the third one. It's the ability to control your impulses, stay focused on your goals, and resist the temptation to do what feels good in the moment, but might not be good for you in the long run. At its core, building self-discipline is about making choices. It's about choosing what you want most over what you want right now. If you want to get fit, for instance, you have to choose working out over sleeping in or binge-watching Netflix. If you want to be successful in your career, you have to choose putting in the work over scrolling through social media or hanging out with friends every night. Now, let's not pretend that this is easy. It's not. If it were easy, everyone would be walking around with six-pack abs, perfect jobs, and spotless houses. But the truth is, self-discipline is hard because it often involves doing things you don't really want to do. Who actually enjoys waking up at 5 a.m. to go for a run? Or saying no to dessert when everyone else is indulging? Probably no one. But that's the price you pay to reach your goals. And here's a harsh truth. Without self-discipline, you're not going to get very far. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal for yourself, only to abandon it because you just didn't feel like it anymore? Maybe you wanted to save money, but then those shoes were on sale and, well, you deserved a little treat, right? Or maybe you promised yourself you'd finally start writing that book, but then Netflix dropped a new season of your favorite show. Suddenly, your laptop was collecting dust. The problem with giving in to these impulses is that they add up. Each time you choose the easy option, you reinforce the habit of taking the path of least resistance. And before you know it, your goals are sitting on the back burner, and you're stuck in the same place you were last year, wondering why nothing's changed. But here's the good news. Self-discipline is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed with practice. You don't need to become a monk and renounce all worldly pleasures to build self-discipline. You just need to start small and be consistent. Start by setting clear goals for yourself. It's easier to stay disciplined when you know exactly what you're working towards. If your goal is vague, like get healthier, it's easy to lose focus. But if your goal is specific, like lose 10 pounds in 3 months, you have a clear target to aim for. Once you have a goal, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if your goal is to save $1,000 in 3 months, figure out how much you need to save each week and what expenses you can cut back on. Small steps make big goals feel less overwhelming and give you a clear roadmap to follow. Next, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Remember, self-discipline often means doing things you don't want to do. But here's the thing. The more you push through discomfort, the easier it gets. It's like building a muscle. The first time you go to the gym, everything hurts. But if you keep showing up, you get stronger. The same goes for self-discipline. The more you practice saying no to distractions and yes to your goals, the more natural it will become. Accountability can also be a powerful tool. Tell someone about your goals, or better yet, find a buddy who's working towards a similar goal. When someone else is counting on you, it's harder to slack off. Plus, it's nice to have someone to complain to when things get tough. And don't forget to reward yourself along the way. Self-discipline doesn't mean you have to live a life of deprivation. When you hit a milestone, treat yourself to something special. Just make sure your reward doesn't derail your progress. Like, don't celebrate a week of healthy eating with a double cheeseburger and a milkshake. Maybe go for a spa day, or buy yourself something nice instead. Now, let's talk about what happens when you mess up because, spoiler alert, you will mess up. No one's perfect, and trying to be will just set you up for failure. Maybe you'll skip a workout, or spend more than you planned. It happens. The key is to not let one slip-up turn into a downward spiral. Acknowledge the mistake, learn from it, and get back on track. Remember, self-discipline is about progress, not perfection. At the end of the day, building self-discipline is about committing to yourself. It's about deciding that your goals are worth the effort, and that you deserve to live a life that reflects your best self. It's not always going to be fun, and it's definitely not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. So next time you're faced with a choice between what you want now and what you want most, take a deep breath and remind yourself of your goals. And if you still choose the extra slice of pizza, well, at least make sure it's really, really good pizza.